Okay. So next we are going to discuss about the BOM methods. Okay. So this DOM refers for the document object model. Okay. This BOM refers for the browser object model. Okay. This is a document object model. Another one is a browser object model. Okay. Different, both are different. Okay. So let us see what is this document object model. So if you are seeing, if I open any website, okay, so whatever we are seeing your code here, like any input, any tag, any CS, nothing, everything will consider as one document. Okay. This entire data we will store in one object model. That is nothing but a DOM. So whatever the data you are seeing in the HTML, entire thing you are going to store where a DOM. Okay, that is nothing but a DOM. Okay, so here the DOM is standard for like how using the DOM we can get the element, we can change the element, we can delete the element. Okay, so as part of the JavaScript starting, what I told, JavaScript is most powerful. You can change the content, you can delete the content, you can hide the content, you can replace the content. So these things already we have done, right? Okay, let us see what are the methods we can use it. Okay, so this is an interview question. How many ways you can get an element? Okay, how many ways you can get an element? So let us so here we have a some 4 ways are there. Okay, so first way is get element by id. Okay, suppose if I have one element by id, I want to get that element, then which method I can use the id. Suppose I have a tag name, I want to load the class that element by tag name, then I can use this method by tag name. Suppose I want to use that by class name, I want to use like whichever the class is writing a dot bold, I want to load that class, then I can use method called a class name. Okay, suppose I want to use advanced selectors. How many selectors are there in CSS? 5 is there, right? Simple, combination, attribute, pseudo class, pseudo element. Correct, right? In simple also again how many types? 3. Tag, id, class. Combination, descendant, ancestors, child, general sibling. Something like we have it, right? Okay. If you want to write any combination, you can use this technique, query selector all. You can use your CSS technique to get the elements. Okay, let us see, write some simple example, and so that we will understand. Okay, so let us write one simple one tag here. Suppose I want to write a one button. Okay, so I want to write one button. Hello. Okay, that's fine. And I want to write a another div here. Okay, example div. Okay, this fine. Suppose whenever I'm clicking this button, I want to change the text of this div. Okay, for this reason I am going to use this one, this my browser object methods. Okay, so let us go and use the browser object methods. So first thing, whenever you are clicking something element, what is the event we should handle it? On click. On click is equal to, you can handle any event. So what is the event? Now I will say handle click, something like this. Okay, so let us write this function in the function name, open bracket, and something like this. Okay, so here I have written like this. Now I want to change this text. Okay, whenever we are clicking this button, what we want to do? We want to change the text. So what is the way we know that id? Okay, id is equal to div-1 something. This is my id. So if I want to get this element by id, what is the class? I should use it document.getElementById, and we have to give it. So automatically we'll get that, right? Suppose we want to change this text to some other text. So what is the, I can write a hello world. Let us see what is the example. Okay, first example div is there, that's fine. And whenever I'm clicking it, so what is the text I want to change it? I want to change it to the hello world. So why this is not working? Here we did not add the brackets. Okay, see, so you are able to change it, right? So here, what is the method you are using to get the element? What is the method you are using to get element by id? Okay, suppose I don't want to get element by id. I have a class is equal to my-div. What's my class name? My-div. I want to load the element which is my div, something like. Then I can go for another method called get element by class name. See, get element by class name. So what is the class name you want to give it here? My-div. Okay, something like this. Now if I am going to reload the program, what is the output we are going to get it here? Whenever I'm clicking, is there any change? No change, because this my hyphen, this class name will return an array. You know what is an array? If it is going to return an array, how to access first element? If you want to access first element, div of 0. Okay, something like this. See, now it's changing it or not? Whenever, how many elements you can apply the same class? Multiple. But how many elements you can apply the same ID? Only one. That is the reason whenever you are writing a get element by ID, only one, but class multiple things. Okay. And this is a class selector is done, ID selector is done. What is the next selector? We have it tag name. Correct, right? So whenever you want to use a tag name, we have a get element by tag name. See, something like tag name is there, right? What is the tag name? I want to get it here. Div. What is the tag name? I want to get it div. So that this div, this tag name also, there might be so many elements, right? That is the reason it will also return a array only. Okay. If you want to change the first element, you can write a div of 0. Okay. Something like this. Let us reload and change it. Okay. Something like this. Okay. So here we can see this tag by name will return a array and class name will return a array, something like this. Okay. Suppose I want to do complex thing. I want to do complex thing like where my name should be div and class is my div. Okay. Something, if you want to do something like this, okay, query selector all. Okay, query selector. So here you can write like a, what is the tag name I want to handle it div, and what is the class name? You can write a combination. I want to say dot my hyphen div. What is this meaning? So I want to identify all divs whose class is my hyphen div. Okay, automatically I will get the value. Let us go and reload the page. See, automatically something. Okay, and something like this, you want to write it dynamically. Suppose I want to have a another class also. Now, how many classes, how many divs are there? 2 places. I want to change all the divs content. Okay, here then what you have to do? You have to write a for loop for the array, and you can inside the array you can call the inner HTML is equal to some example. Automatically it will change in the all the places. Something like this. Okay, something like this. See, I want to say div dot color dot something. Let us okay, all the elements are changing, right? So I have written a simple for loop I is equal to 0, I less than div dot length I plus plus. Okay, so once a div of I is going to, that means first element, and style, we know yesterday we have seen style, yes, and background color is equal to red color. Something you can play all the properties, automatically it will work on. So these are methods are nothing but to get how to get elements from the some selectors. Okay, mainly get element by ID, get element by tag name, get element by class name, and query selector all. Query selector. So these are the important methods you can use. Okay. Suppose you want to change the text inside. So what is the line we have used it here earlier? Inner HTML. Okay. If you want to change the content, what is the one we have used? Inner HTML. Okay. Suppose let us change here. I will say div of I dot inner HTML is equal to hello world. So now what is going to do? It is going to change content for all the attributes. See, hello world, something. Okay. So if you want to change the inner content, then what is the property? Inner HTML. Okay. Something like this, we can use these properties. Okay. We can use these properties. Suppose what I want to do, I want to create a div element dynamically. I'll click button. I want to add a new div. I will click another button. I want to add a new div. Okay, something, because JavaScript is more powerful, right? So that is the reason we want to do it. Okay, suppose I want, whenever I'm clicking this div, I don't want to change anything here. I want to create a new div. I will say document.createElement. What's the method name of document.createElement? So I want to create a div. So what is the tag you want to create? It a div. Okay, let us store this variable into one div here. Let div is equal something. Now I want to add this one to the you can write a div dot style dot background color. Okay, color is equal to yellow color. Okay, I have added yellow color. Now I need to add the something. What is the content I want to add it? Finally, I can say let body and body dot append shell. Okay, so here I am adding a create element method. Okay, so whenever you are writing a create element, what will happen? JavaScript itself will write a div tag for you. You no need to write it. It will create a div tag, okay? And it will add a style also, background color also, yellow color. And it will add a text also. What is the text? Hello world, okay? I will say, I am newly born. I am newly born something, okay? Born something, okay, something. Now let us go and reload the page again. So what is the default value? Hello is there. If I'm going to click here, see, this tag, who created this div? If you are looking entire your code, HTML code also, there will not be single line for this one, okay? It is created dynamically. No, nothing, even one single line is not there. Empty div also not there. It is created by the JavaScript, correct, right? Suppose like this, you can do anything, you can create a element. Suppose I want to remove an element. I want to remove, suppose here, example 1, example 2, two divs are there, right? I want to remove one div, okay? I will give a ID is equal to 2. Whenever I'm clicking a button, what I want to do now this time, I want to remove this ID. Okay, simple here, ma. So instead of writing create, next time what I'm going to do? In a case, first I want to get the element. I will say let div is equal to document dot get element by ID. So what is ID? Div 1. Okay. Now I want to remove this one. Okay. I will say body this. First I will get the body element. Body dot. There is an attribute called remove. Okay, remove child. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Whenever I'm going to click here, I'm going to remove one div. So for by default, how many div we are having it? 2. Okay, so div is initialized before the something. Okay, so here if you see where somewhere we have written div body, where we have written div. Okay, this is the one. Right. Let us reload. One div is gone. Okay, so earlier we have created one div dynamically. Now we have removed one div dynamically. Okay, so that is the reason. Suppose you have a website, some hacker is having control on your website. Okay, using the JavaScript, what he can do? Tell me, can he clear entire website or not? He can say delete all entire screen, and he can write a big message. Your message, your system is hacked. He can write a center of the screen. We cannot do anything. Okay, that is the reason JavaScript is most powerful. Okay, so like this, you can add any method, you can remove any method, something like this. All these things are possible using the JavaScript. Okay, so let me stop recording here.